Now missing one. Cade Fritz. And starting for the Chargers, the Thacker boys, James and Mack, Jack Murphy, Jordan Ledford, and Isaiah Farrar. Tip is controlled in front court by Jordan Ledford. Ledford over to James Thacker, to Mack, back to Jordan, skips it across to Farrar, hands it off to James Thacker. In the paint to Mack. Mack turns, dribbles, held, and the ball will be inbounded from the baseline. Foul's going to be on Sequoia, Dalton Stakely. The Charger going to inbound from the baseline. Ledford gets it into Jack Murphy. Kicks it out front to James Thacker. I'm not sure why posts want to dribble so much. But James Thacker gets the pick. James to the hoop, off the glass for two. And the Chargers lead it 2-0 early. Quickly into front court comes Sequoia. John Douglas Wiggins with it out front. Wiggins to the glass. Shot off the glass is good. We're tied at 2. It will be up and down tonight. Thacker Thacker did turn it over. James didn't handle the pass. And it's going to turn it over to Sequoia. 2-2, 7:19 to go in the first quarter. Grant with it out front for Sequoia. Hands it off right side. That's Dalton Stakely. Stakely still with it. Back over to Grant right wing. Three-pointer up. That one's short. James Thacker pulls down the rebound for the Chargers. In the front court to Farrar. Farrar tried to get it over to Murphy, but it's stolen by Dalton Stakely. In the front court, Grant in the paint. Shot up, it's good for Grant. Sequoia leads it 4-2. Ledford with it in back court. Back over to James Thacker. Back across to Ledford. Now they're in front court against the press. Over to James Thacker. Into the right corner to Farrar. Back out front to James Thacker. Down low. Jack Murphy lowered the basketball instead of keeping it high, and he's fouled. Are they going to say it's on the shot? It is on the shot. It's against John Douglas Wiggins, his first. Team's first. And so Jack Murphy at the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws for the Chargers. First one's on its way and good. So Murphy makes the free throw. Second free throw for Murphy on its way. Good. So Murphy makes them both. We're tied at 4, 6:34 to go in the first. Wiggins quickly in the front court. Kicks it off left side to McKee. Back over to Wiggins. Shot up, no good. Farrar pulls down the rebound. Out ahead to James Thacker. James on the right wing. Skips it across to Mack. Mack fakes. Whistle. Blocking foul on John Douglas Wiggins. His second, team second. 6-16. Actually, that's their third foul. I missed one on somebody. No, Wiggins has 2. Yeah, Stakely has 1. Inbounds it goes to Farrar. Now Murphy between the circles. Now swings it right side to James Thacker. He's guarded by, that's not Wiggins. He's cheating off. It's actually Self on him. Now to Mack Thacker on the right block. He's double teamed. Has it taken away. Mack with a turnover. Self with a steal to Wiggins. Trying to go baseline. Off the glass. Shot no good. And James Thacker pulls down the rebound for the Chargers. James Thacker to the other end for 2. And he's fouled. 4 for James. Foul's going to be on Self, his first, team's 4th. So Chargers up 2. James Thacker's free throw's good, and they're up 3. 5 for James Thacker in the early going. Central up 7-4, 5:45 to go in the first quarter. There goes McKee. In the paint, whistle, travel for McKee. They'll turn it back over to the Chargers. Central trying to get out of the cellar of the district. Sequoia trying to stay undefeated in district play. James Thacker. Over it goes to Ledford. Ledford going to enter front court, left side, picks up his dribble. Here comes the trap. Over it goes to Farrar. Into the corner to Mack Thacker. Back to Farrar on the left wing. Up top to Jordan Ledford. Ledford going to drive. Feeds it off to Jack Murphy. Shot up good. Ledford with the assist. Murphy with a 2-pointer. He's got 4. Central's up 5. Wiggins in front court with it. Wiggins carried the basketball. And they're going to bring 4 more in. It's Pennington will run an up tempo when he can. They scored 110 points against McMinn County earlier this year. Or excuse me, gave up 110. Scored 90. Farrar for 3. That one's no good. Rebound pulled down by Stakely, Trevor Stakely. Into front court, the basketball comes. McKee with it. Over it comes to Grant. Left side now to Dalton Stakely. Stakely in the paint, whistle, foul. Jordan Ledford with a reach in. His first, team's first of the ball game. And so now Trevor Stakely will inbound from the baseline for the Chiefs. Carden checks in. Garrett King checks in. Murphy and Ledford to the sidelines. Out front it goes. 3-pointer Dalton Stakely, no good. Garrett King with a rebound. And then James Thacker turns it over. James Thacker with a turnover, stolen by Fritz. Off it goes to Grant, 3-pointer no good. Garrett King pulls down the rebound. So Garrett King with a defensive board, now in front court with it, Carden. To Mac Thacker, swings it right side. James Thacker for 3. That one's no good. Rebound by McKee. Off Sequoia. He'll bring it into front court with 4:17 to go in the quarter. He steps back for a 3. That one's no good. Tipped around, and the ball's going to be chased down by McKee out front. McKee drives, left hand layup, good. First bucket of the night for Gavin McKee. 9-6 the score. Chargers are still on top. Mac Thacker with it left side. No call on the flop. Carden with it out front. To Mac Thacker, left wing, back out front, Carden. 3-pointer Carden. That one no good. Grant pulls down the rebound. Grant's going to bring it into front court. Left wing, 3-pointer on its way by Fritz. That one's no good. Trevor Stakely gets the offensive board and puts it back in. 2 for Stakely. It's a 1-point game. Central's up 9-8. 3:29 to go in the first quarter. James Thacker over to Carden, left wing. Mac Thacker now up front. James Thacker. James going to step left. Back over to Carden, left side. He almost traveled. Back to James Thacker. 3-pointer James. That one's no good. Grant pulls down the rebound for Sequoia. Into front court, the basketball comes. Grant down the lane. Left shot swatted by Mac Thacker. Out of bounds. Murphy checks in for Mac Thacker. 3:04 to go in the first quarter, 9-8. Chargers on top. Sequoia with the basketball, left sideline, front court. Out front to Grant. Over it goes right side to Moser, who's in the game. Moser in the paint. Moser almost lost it. Self chases it down. Out front, Grant with it. Left corner to Wiggins. Wiggins working on Thacker. Wiggins in the paint. Wiggins off the glass, shot no good. And it's out of bounds over to the Chargers. Chargers aren't grabbing the rebounds. They're just trying to paw at them. Carden gets it in to Farrar. Back to Carden. Carden in back court with it. Enters front court. Here comes the double team. Up ahead it goes to James Thacker. Skips it across to Farrar. To Murphy. Baseline jumper, no good. Gets his own rebound. Murphy off the glass. It's good. No, what are they calling? They're calling a foul away from the ball to whop the shot off. So no shot, no bucket. Fouls on Moser, his first, team 5th. Farrar, out front it goes to Carden. Carden into front court. Lost the basketball. Oh, they're going to say it's off Sequoia. 9-8, 2:25 to go in the first quarter. Central's on top here with the basketball. Carden in front court. To Murphy, left side of the lane, kicks it out. I don't know why he didn't take the shot. He turned it over instead. Wiggins with a steal, whistle. Foul on the floor on James Thacker, his first, team 2nd. And Wiggins is injured.
Foul on James
I think he stepped on Thacker's foot. May have turned his ankle. So he's up. They said it was on the floor, didn't they? Was it on the floor? It was on the floor. Sequoia's going to inbound. They said his shot was on the floor. So they get it in to Wiggins in the paint, off the glass, shot no good. Murphy clears the rebound for the Chargers. 9-8, Chargers on top, 2:13 to go in the first quarter. Carden with it, 17-footer, that's an air ball. Rebound, Jack Murphy, he puts it in and he's fouled. 6 points for Jack Murphy. Foul's going to be on Grant, his first, team sixth. Central up 11-8. Ledford going to check in for Farrar. So Central's going to go big here. 2:05 to go in the first. Chargers up 3, pending the Murphy free throw. He's 2 of 2 so far tonight. Missed that one. Loose ball knocked around. It's going to be out of bounds off the Chargers. So Sequoia with the basketball. Central on top, 11-8. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Grant with it out front. Over it comes to Cade Self. Back over to Grant. Joe Grant going to slice in there. Floater in the lane for Grant. No good. James Thacker with the board. Thacker into front court. Thacker to Garrett King. His shot's no good. He's fouled. Will go to the line to shoot 2. That's going to be the second foul on Joe Grant. 7th foul against Sequoia in the first half. So the Chargers are going to be in the bonus the rest of the half. There's a minute 44 to go in the first quarter. Garrett King's first trip to the free throw line tonight with Central on top 11-8. Free throw up and good. Boatman checks in for James Thacker. Second free throw for Garrett King on its way. Made them both. So Central up 5 now, 1:42 to go in the first quarter. Wiggins quickly in the front court, left corner it goes to Dalton Stakely. Stakely, a runner in the lanes, good. 2 points for Stakely. Back to a 3-point game, Central on top. In the front court, Boatman. Boatman to Murphy, to Garrett King, off the glass. They're going to say he traveled. So he turned it back over to Sequoia. Kind of a sparse crowd for a Friday night rivalry game, but there's an Inglewood Christmas parade tonight. I really wish the municipalities in the area would get together and not have things on the same night as a Charger ball game so people could support the teams. McKee drives. Left-hand layup good for McKee. 4 points for McKee, and it's a 1-point game. Chargers are up 1. 1:06 to go in the first quarter. Ledford with it in back court. Back over to Boatman, into front court to Carden. Left corner, baseline run for Garrett King. Stepped on the inline and turned it over again. So Sequoia with the basketball, down 1. Chance to take the lead here. 57 seconds to go in the first quarter. Central was up 13-8 moments ago. So Wiggins with it out front. 3-pointer left side. That shot up no good as McKee missed that one, and Mac Thacker pulls down the rebound. Gives it up to James Thacker. Into front court it goes to Ledford, just in front of the trap. Chargers are most of the time passing out of it. James Thacker, oh, bad pass. Tried to get the baseline pass. Carden was all along the baseline, but James Thacker airmailed it. 3rd turnover here in the first quarter for James. 27 seconds to go in the first quarter. Central on top 1. James Thacker picks up Wiggins. Goes beneath the screen, reaches in, commits the foul. Second foul on Thacker, James Thacker that is. 3rd team foul in the first half. 21 seconds to go in the first quarter. 13-12. Chargers on top. Sequoia with the basketball. Inbounds beneath their bucket. In it comes to Wiggins, knocked away. Rod Hawley with a steal. Up ahead to Carden. Out front to Mac Thacker. Mac still with it. Right wing to Ledford. Skipped across to Hawley in the left corner. Carden. Carden goes baseline for 2. Carden with a bucket. That's the end of the first quarter. Chargers 15. Sequoia 12. Back in 60 seconds on WIGO Sports. That was good sharing of the ball movement there. Just about to start the second quarter. Chargers on top, 15-12. Jeff Gilbert's going to join me at halftime of the ball game for an interview, the new principal at McMinn Central High School. Sequoia will have the basketball to start the quarter. So we'll do live interview at halftime tonight, pending when he can get up here to me, because I just kind of broke that news to him just now. Whistle. Traveling on Wiggins on the inbound pass. So Wiggins turns it over, second turnover of the night for John Douglas Wiggins. He's still limping pretty heavily on that ankle when he stepped on James Thacker's foot earlier in the ball game. They changed up the press just a bit. Central breaks it. Here comes the trap in half court to James. Ball now to James Thacker between the circles. Back left side to Ledford. Ledford, runner in the lane, gives it off to Jack Murphy. Too many passes, tipped around, and the ball's going to go out of bounds. Charger basketball. And Wiggins is down again. He's going to have to come out. I hate to see that. Good ball player. Good for the rivalry. Senior year. Is he coming out or not? They overruled and said the ball was actually off the Chargers, I guess. And so now it's Sequoia basketball. Originally they whistled it was Charger basketball, but instead it's Sequoia. And now Fritz with it. Up front to John Douglas Wiggins. Wiggins working on James Thacker. Wiggins pulls up in the lane. Floater is no good, and Lott Holly pulls down the rebound. Into the hands of James Thacker. James in front court. Over it goes to Mack, left side. Back out front to James. In the paint, James threw it away. It's stolen by Trevor Stakely. Now going down the right side of the lane, shot blocked by Lott Holly. As Fritz went to the hole, but he's fouled. No block. There was the foul called. So Fritz will go to the line to shoot two. Holly's first, team's fourth. 7:08 to go in the half. Central up 15-12, but Cade Fritz is at the line to shoot two. Banks that one in. Fritz, a junior. Second free throw for Cade Fritz. Missed that one, and James Thacker with a rebound for the Chargers. Over to Mac Thacker. Mack will enter front court left side. Mac Thacker still with it. Hit Mike Thacker. Offensive foul on Thacker. That'll be a turnover as well. His first foul, team's fifth. So Sequoia gets the ball back. Down two with 7 minutes to go in the half. Wiggins enters front court left side. Wiggins pulls up for a three. That one's no good. Tipped around, loose ball. Murphy with a rebound. Now Mac Thacker with it back court. Lobs it into front court to Ledford. Ledford. Offensive foul on Ledford as Wiggins takes the charge. That's a turnover to Ledford and a foul, his second. Team sixth. And Farrar going to check in for Jordan Ledford. So 6:37 to go in the half. Sequoia has the basketball, down two. Now they're making a substitution. They finally get it done. In front court right side is Grant with the basketball. Right wing to Self. Almost stolen. It was tipped into backcourt, and Grant retrieves it for the Chiefs. Gives it off left side to Fritz. Fritz in the paint. Fritz stops and throws it through. Bad pass Fritz, and it'll be Charger basketball. Ball inbounds to Mac Thacker to Farrar. Farrar, floater in the paint. No good. Grant pulls down the rebound. Then we have a whistle. Turnover Grant. Chargers will get the ball back up two with 6:13 to go in the half. Sloppy ball game tonight. Lott Holly to inbound. Holly still waiting. Holly lobs it out front. Left wing to James Thacker. James still with it. Skips it across to Farrar. Farrar for three. Short. Rebound pulled down by Fritz. Fritz in front court right side. And threw it behind Grant. But Grant saves it. And then Farrar steals it. Farrar floater in the paint, no good. Lon Hawley put back, no good. So Hawley got an offensive board and the shot, no good. Farrar gets an offensive board. Hawley off to Garrett King and the shot's blocked. Grant's three-pointer, no good. Backside rebound, Trevor Stakely. And there's Grant driving. He misses the shot. Lon Hawley with a rebound for the Chargers. Now Hawley enters front court with it. Over it goes to Mike Thacker, left wing. That's going to be a foul on 35, Trevor Stakely. Stakely's eye met Mike Thacker's mouth. Hopefully both young men are okay. First foul, Stakely. 8th team foul. Mike Thacker going to go to the free throw line to shoot 1-1. I got 18 fouls, it is. And Stakely's forehead's bleeding, so it might have been teeth into the forehead then. I thought it was his eye, it was his forehead. So Mac Thacker scoreless in the first half at the line to shoot 1-1. Free throw on its way is no good. And a whistle. Foul on James Thacker, and then they're going to walk the length of the court to shoot free throws. Third foul on James Thacker. 7th team foul. So Self gets the rebound and gets fouled. And he'll get the walk the length of the court to shoot 1-1. .5:17 to go in the half. Central up 15-13. Self's free throw, no good. Garrett King with the rebound. King to Farrar. Should have numbers. Over it goes to Carden. Carden pulls up on the left wing. Ball kicked out of bounds, so the Chargers going to inbound left sideline front court. 15-13, Central on top. So far only 1 point scored. That was a free throw by Sequoia here in the first 2 minutes, 53 seconds of the second quarter. Carden with the basketball out front. Bounce pass over to Mike Thacker near the center circle. Left wing to Farrar. Left elbow King. Kick back to Mike Thacker. Back over to Farrar. Farrar pulls up left side of the lane. Runner no good. Rebound pulled down by Grant. Farrar's kind of fell in love with that runner tonight. It's the third time he shot it, not made one yet. Wiggins with it on the baseline. Wiggins goes baseline. Thacker doesn't cut him off. Misses the shot, however, and Garrett King pulls down the rebound. Jordan Ledford in front court with it. And a pushing foul going to be called against Dalton Stakely. His second, team's 9th. So Ledford to go to the line to shoot 1-1. Not his strong suit. Let's see if he'll make these. 1 point has been scored for either team in the first 3 minutes, 27 seconds of this quarter. Jack Murphy checks in for Garrett King. Is King okay? I guess so. So Ledford's free throw on its way. Made it. First point of the night for Jordan, and it gives the Chargers a 3-point lead. Second free throw for Jordan Ledford on its way. That one's no good. Rims out. Out of bounds off Murphy, they say. It's going to be Sequoia basketball. I'm not sure how. So Sequoia has it, down 3, 4:30 to go in the game. In the half. And then Grant just throws it to Doug Armstrong. I guess as bad as the ball's been in this half, I want it to be over. Mike Thacker with it. Why did he not go to the hoop? Gives it off to Carden. Carden tried to get it short corner to Jack Murphy, but it's deflected out of bounds by Sequoia. And the Chargers are going to inbound it from the baseline near the corner. Left of the bucket. If you're facing the hoop, that is. Ball into Mike Thacker. Over it goes to Isaiah Farrar. Farrar backs it up to Jordan Ledford. Ledford, top of the key. Ledford, Euro step. Shot no good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back in. Lord Jordan Ledford. Got an offensive board and a putback. And Central's up 18-13 with 4 minutes to go in the half. Wiggins in the paint. Wiggins traveled with it. I think that ankle's bothering him. So Chargers will get the ball back, 3:57 to go in the half, up 5. Ledford into Farrar. Back to Ledford. Ledford. Cross court over to Farrar in front court now. Left corner to Mac Thacker. Up top to Ledford. Ledford fakes. Feeds it off to Jack Murphy. Left block for 2. Assist for Ledford. Jack Murphy with 8 first half points, and Central's up 7 with 3:33 to go in the half. McKee with it. McKee spots up for 3. That one's no good. Tipped around. McKee gets his own rebound. Out front, Grant for 3. That one's a brick. Rebound pulled down by Ledford. Ledford. And Doug Armstrong wants timeout. We have timeout on the floor. Central up 20-13 with 3:16 to go in the half. Back in 30 seconds. Welcome back to the Roundhouse. Chargers on top with 3:16 to go in the half. It's 20-13 Central. Central's basketball. Carden gets it to Farrar. Farrar enters front court with it. Here comes a double team. Farrar threw it away. Bad pass. Sailed it beyond Murphy along the baseline, so Sequoia will get the ball back now with 3:10 to go in the half. Central 20, Sequoia 13. Early on, it looked like it was going to be up and down. Mostly down. Three-pointer right side. Sequoia missed shot, but Mac Thacker couldn't control the rebound. Grant comes out with it. Three-pointer no good. Grant gets the offensive board and the putback. 4 points for Grant. And it's a 5-point lead for the Chargers. Both teams pretty sloppy here in this game tonight. Ledford gets it into front court to Carden. Carden down the lane to Murphy. Murphy to Farrar. Back to Ledford. Ledford kicks it out. Carden. Carden. Whistle and a foul. Bailed him out. He was out of control a bit there. Didn't know where he was going with it, I didn't think. But he's fouled. He gets to go to the line and shoot free throws. That'll work. So Moser, his second foul. Team's 10th. And Darius Carden's first trip to the free throw line tonight. Central up 5, 2:30 to go in the half. Free throw on its way for Carden is no good. Rimmed out on him. Second attempt for Carden this trip. Missed them both. Fritz with the rebound for Sequoia. Into front court it goes to Grant. Grant down the lane. Grant. Whistle. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Fouls on Murphy. That's his first, team's 8th.
Murphy is first.
So Grant's first trip to the line tonight. He has 4 points and a ton of rebounds. 6 rebounds. Free throw on its way is good. 5 points for Joe Grant. And the Charger lead down to 4 with 2:24 to go in the half. Second free throw for Grant's on its way, made them both. 3-point lead for Central now. 2:24 to go in the half. Ledford with it in backcourt. James Thacker on the bench, foul trouble. 3 fouls in the first half. He had 20 at Polk County Tuesday night in a losing effort. Ledford, he's trapped, got to get rid of it. Over it goes to Farrar. Farrar back to Ledford. Ledford fakes the pass left, goes right with Carden. Carden baseline to Murphy to the trailing Ledford, missed the bunny. Grant pulls down another rebound. 1:57 to go in the half. Grant at the free throw line. Whistle. Farrar going to be whistled for the foul. That'll put Grant back to the line. 9th team foul against the Chargers. First against Farrar. And Grant goes back to the free throw line for 1 and 1. 6 points for Grant tonight. 20-17 Central on top. 1:54 to go till halftime. Grant's free throw on its way is good. So 3 consecutive free throws by Grant has currently Sequoia within 2, but he's got another one coming. This one's on its way, and it is no good. Missed that one, and Ledford with the rebound for the Chargers. To Mac Thacker, back to Ledford, up ahead to Carden. Carden in front court. Carden back over to Ledford. Right side Mac Thacker, back to Ledford. That's a whistle and a foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Foul's going to be on Stakely. That's his third. Team's 11th of the half. So Jordan Ledford go to the line to shoot 2. Missed the first one. So Ledford misses the free throw. Made the second. So 4 points for Ledford. Central's up 3. Three-pointer right side, McKee. No good. Carden with a rebound for the Chargers. Carden outlet pass up ahead to Ledford. Ledford two-pointer, good. So Carden with the rebound. Ledford with the bucket. He has 6. Central back up by 5. 1:22 to go in the half. McKee to Grant. Grant spins. Grant shot up. No good. Whistle on the rebound. It's going to be on Grant. His third. So Grant, Dalton Stakely with 3 fouls apiece. Seth Moser and John Douglas Wiggins with 2 apiece. And John Douglas Wiggins' ankle's been bothering him. And I don't see him on the bench currently. I'm trying to see if I can find the trainer. I don't see her either. So Mac Thacker at the free throw line. Makes the first one. So Mac makes the first free throw. That gives the Chargers a 6-point lead. Lon Holly checks in for Jordan Ledford. Ledford has had a good night tonight. He hasn't scored a ton, but he's got 6. So Mac makes both. 2 points for Mac in the first half. Central up 7. There's Wiggins back in. Wiggins drive. Wiggins traveled again. 4 turnovers for Wiggins tonight. 2 points. So he's back out there. No wonder I couldn't find him. I didn't expect him to be in the game. He checked back in on that free throw visit. So Lott Holly with it in backcourt. Holly back over to Farrar. Farrar in front court. Farrar in the paint. Floater up. Missed another one. And Wiggins pulls down the rebound. Poor Isaiah can't get one to fall. Wiggins coast to coast. Makes the bucket and draws the foul. 4 for Wiggins, and he'll go to the line for 1. Fouls on Holly, his second, team's 10th. So with 55 seconds to go in the half, the score 25-20 Chargers. Wiggins at the line for 1 for the Chiefs. It's on its way. It's no good. Jack Murphy chases down the rebound to Holly. Into front court to Farrar. Farrar skips it across to Mac Thacker. Back to Farrar out front. Farrar back over to Mac. Mac for 3. Bottom! Farrar with the assist. Mac Thacker with a 3-pointer. He's got 5. Central's back up by 8. McKee with it out front. Now Wiggins. Wiggins going to work in the paint. Wiggins turns. Shot. No good. Tipped around, and Farrar comes down with a rebound. Farrar into front court to Mac Thacker. Thacker turns it over. Wiggins with a steal. And a foul on the floor on Thacker. Second foul on Thacker. Nope, they called it on Farrar, rather. Not on Thacker. Second foul on Farrar. So double bonus. Doesn't matter. It's going to be shooting 2 either way. Double bonus for Wiggins. I'm not sure what the conversation is, but the officials having a long conversation with Wiggins. And Doug Armstrong's not happy. I missed some. I looked down to put a stat down. 19 seconds to go in the half. Central up 8. Wiggins at the line for 2. Made the first one. 5 for Wiggins. Second free throw for Wiggins on its way. Made them both. And so Central lead down to 6. Carden to Holly. Holly in front court over to Farrar. Back to Carden. 12 seconds in the half over to Farrar. Back over to Carden. Carden back to Farrar. Farrar drives. Farrar pulls up. Jumper. Rattles out, no good. Tipped around. Murphy with it. Shot no good. He got the offensive board, but the time expired before he got the shot off. Central leads at 28-22 at the half. We'll take a break, come back with an interview with the new Central principal, Jeff Gilbert. back in 60. Sequoia 28-22 at the half, joined now by what was announced just recently, the new principal of Central High School, Jeff Gilbert. Congratulations, Jeff.
Thanks, Todd. I appreciate that. Excited to be in my new role, my new position. Got a good game tonight, too.
All right, yeah, you do have a good game. Now, how long have you been in education, Jeff? What year did you start teaching? You started out at Tellico, right?
Actually, I student taught at Howard High School.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And East Ridge.
Tellico boy down at Howard.
That's right, yeah. I student taught at Howard High School and East Ridge Middle. And my first teaching position full-time was at Central High School in 02-03.
Okay. I thought you taught somewhere else for some reason.
I filled in at Sequoia when a teacher had taken some leave before I'd gotten my degree.
Okay.
So I did do a little time there. And this is 17 years right now. And, of course, 16 out of the 17 were at Central
right here.
And bounced to Mountain View for 1 year.
Well, you're blue through and through then.
That's right. Yep. both my daughters came through.
An adopted Charger.
And graduated. That's right. And, of course, you know I coach football.
Right.
And track. So, my blood runs blue.
So what's the difference in the responsibilities for an assistant principal, which is what you did before? Mostly the stick, I guess, carried the stick and the hammer. And discipline, but so what are the differences in your responsibilities now that you're going to be the head dog?
Well, as an assistant principal, there are discipline, attendance, the going to the ball games. A principal, same thing, but in charge of a lot of other things. In charge of the plans for the school, the E-plan, which is, the divvying out of the money, and just all responsibilities, that come with to Central High School.
Joe Quirk, a legendary principal that went through here. You probably never knew him, but so how's Jeff Gilbert going to stack up to Joe Quirk in 10 years when we look back on this move?
Well, I'm not sure. Joe Quirk was a good man,
right.
And a great principal and great educator. I feel education is a calling.
Right, and it should be.
And
exactly.
You've got to have you got to be here for the students, the kids, obviously to care about them, and for your faculty and staff. And if you're not here because you feel led to be here, then you're in the wrong profession.
It's going to beat you up, isn't it?
That's right.
It's going to eat you up, and you're not. Yep.
That's right.
And people will be able to tell that.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, just like any calling, there's signs, whether you're faithful to the call, I guess.
That's right. That is exactly right. And because ultimately you're serving your community, you're serving, the parents, the kids, the guardians, the uncles, the aunts, the grandparents, all the family members. And, the better education they get, the better our community does.
Right.
So, and it's best for them also. So that helps everyone in the end.
You've been in education 16 years or 17 years, 16 here at Central. What are the different challenges today than what were there in 2002?
Well, I will say, this being said, I think kids are kids. Now, there are certain things when we were in school, cell phones, you didn't have cell phones. Social media didn't have that stuff. But there's a lot more testing now, than we were in school. And that can be good and bad, in different ways.
And it just freaks some kids out.
It does. It can be very, very stressful, and it's such high stakes for the student, the high percentage of their grade, and then for the teachers, a high percentage of their evaluation.
Right.
And so that's a big, big difference. But ultimately, we try to sell that to the students as, hey, we're here to help you, and this is what the state says, you're going to make, or a percentage that you're going to make. Let's show them wrong, or let's score the best,
right.
And because I feel coaching and teaching are a lot the same,
right.
And so if to be a good teacher, I think you can also be a good coach and vice versa, because the same qualities are needed.
All right, Jeff Gilbert, new principal, Central High School. How many principals have there been before you?
I think, if I remember correctly, you had one before Joe Quirk,
right.
and then Joe Quirk, Joe Gaston, Roger Freeman, Lori, and myself.
Not many.
Not many.
In 50 years.
Single
right.
hand, I think, if I remember correctly.
A little over 50 years.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
It's a place to love.
That's right.
Love you, Jeff. Congratulations.
You too, Todd.
Known Jeff for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Coached his daughter in
That's
little
right.
7-year-old basketball
That's right.
or something like that, and she became a cheerleader.
Mine
did too.
They both did. They both did. We had some good team. They had a good team though when they were little. That's right. We did.
That was Jeff Gilbert, new principal at Central High School. Congratulations to him. We'll take a break. Come back with your first half stats. You listen to Charger basketball as they lead Sequoia 28-22 at halftime on 99.5 FM.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, man. You're welcome, man. It's going to be Charger basketball as we begin the second half. The score 28-22, Central on top. Carden with it in backcourt. Into front court to Ledford. Now Carden. Baseline to Thacker. Top of the key, Ledford. Ledford down the lane to Carden. Little runner on the baseline's good for Carden. Ledford with the assist. Carden with 4 points. Central's on top by 8. Quickly into front court the other way. Wiggins out front. Fritz for 3. That one's no good. Thacker pulls down. Mac Thacker pulls down the rebound for the Chargers. Carden gets it into front court to Farrar. Back out front to Carden. Carden picks up his dribble. Backdoor cut Ledford. Kicks it back out Thacker. Thought about a 3. Instead drives. Floater in the lane. No good. Short. Rebound Bledsoe for Sequoia. He gives it up to McKee, and McKee enters front court. Spots up for a 3. Rattles out. No good. Bledsoe with another board. Back out to McKee. And he's going to reset things. McKee working on Mac Thacker. Tries to get in the paint. Can't get there. Goes baseline. Over to Wiggins for 3. That one's no good. Backside rebound pulled down by Farrar. Farrar almost lost it. Into front court it goes to Ledford. Over to Mac Thacker on the right wing. Out front Carden. Carden's floater. No good. Gets his own rebound and puts it back in. Darius Carden with 6. Central up 10 with 6:38 to go in the third. Wiggins to the other end, off the glass. What'd they call? No, offensive foul on Wiggins. Offensive foul on Wiggins, wow. His third. I've got him with 3. Team second. Maybe that's his second. Team's first, rather, of the half. And Chargers have the basketball up 10. And then Ledford threw it away. Ledford with a turnover. Tried to get it to Jack Murphy in front court. So Central just gave it right back. 6:30 to go in the third quarter. Chargers on top 32-22. And they're stealing some minutes here without James Thacker on the floor. Wiggins, right wing. Self for 3. That one's no good. Murphy with a rebound for the Chargers. Outlet pass to Farrar. Skip pass across to Ledford. Ledford enters front court with it. Ledford goes through the double team. Ledford in the left corner. Mac Thacker doesn't take the 3. Instead kicks it out front to Farrar. Farrar, free throw line. Now left wing Thacker. Mac Thacker, that is. Between the circles, over it goes to Carden. Carden on the right wing. Carden baseline. Feeds it into Jack Murphy. Kicks it out front. Ledford for 3. Bottom! Jack Murphy with the assist. Jordan Ledford drains the 3. And Central's up 13. The other way, Wiggins drives. Shot up, no good. Mac Thacker pulls down the rebound. Now Ledford in front court with it. Ledford races down the lane. Out of bounds off Sequoia, and the Chargers will inbound from the baseline. 5:39 to go in the third quarter. Central's up 13 as they've come out on a 7-0 run to start the second half. Ledford draining a 3 to get it up to 13. Ledford gets it into Jack Murphy, deep in the paint. Shot no good, gets his own rebound. Put back no good, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul's going to be on 35, Trevor Stakely. His third, team second. That's what it was. Wiggins has 2. Stakely has 3. I'd given 1 to Wiggins that wasn't his. Murphy hits the first free throw. 9 points for Murphy. He had 8 in the first half. He was 2 of 3 from the line in the first half, now 3 of 4 from the game. 36-22, Central on top, 5:35 to go in the third quarter. Second free throw for Murphy, good. 10 for Murphy. And Central's on top by 15. Quickly into front court. McKee for 3. That one's no good. Long rebound, Garrett King. Up ahead to Carden. Carden to the other end. Rattled out. Ledford's there for the tip. Offensive rebound, Ledford. 11 for Ledford tonight. Central on top by 17. Grant with it. Out front it goes to McKee. McKee in the paint. Kicks it out. No, stolen by Ledford. McKee with a turnover. Ledford still with it. Up ahead to Garrett King. King in the short corner in the paint. Jack Murphy from 12 feet. Shot no good. Out of bounds off King. It'll be Sequoia basketball. 17-point lead for the Chargers. 4:59 to go in the third quarter. Sequoia with the ball. Grant will enter front court through the center circle. Over it goes to McKee on the right wing. McKee slices in. Traveled with the basketball. He'll give it back over to the Chargers. With 4:51 to go in the third quarter, Central's up 17. It was Charger basketball. Ledford complaining that McKee was right up on the end line. So checking into the ball game, Wiggins, who's a little gimpy with an ankle injury, he's playing. And then Fritz is going to enter the game. They're in the press. Carden gives it to Ledford. Ledford, before the double team can get there, gives it over to Farrar. Farrar dribbles in. Farrar in the paint. Farrar threw it away. Farrar with a turnover. Wiggins with a steal. Wiggins racing into front court. Wiggins down the lane. Missed the dunk. But Fritz is there for the putback. He got the rebound out on the wing and drove in to put it in. Whistle, and then Self knocks it out of bounds on the press, so the Chargers going to inbound right sideline back court. 4:26 to go in the third. Central's up 15, and they're stealing minutes with James Thacker in foul trouble. Ledford in front court. Cross court pass Carden. Carden doesn't take the three. He drives the paint. Shot no good. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Foul's going to be on 11 Fritz, his first. Team's third of the half. So Carden at the line for two. Missed two in the first half. 6 points on the night for Darius Carden. 4 here in the third quarter. Missed another free throw, however. Chargers have not been great from the line. Ledford out. James Thacker checks in the game. Ledford's given solid minutes tonight. Best game of the season so far for Jordan Ledford. Carden makes the second free throw. He has 7, and Central's up 16 with 4:16 to go in the third quarter. Grant drives to the glass. He knew that Thacker couldn't foul him, so Grant with 9. And the Charger lead down to 14. Into front court it goes to James Thacker. That was a foul. Good grief, didn't call it. Turnover, James Thacker. Up ahead to Grant. Grant now with 11, and the Charger lead down to 12. Farrar into front court to Mike Thacker. Over to Darius Carden. Back to Isaiah Farrar. Over to Carden, right wing. Carden into the corner to James Thacker for 3. That one's no good. Self with the rebound. Into front court. Wiggins all the way down the lane. Shot block bump. Nope. They called the foul on Thacker, and Wiggins will go to the line to shoot 2. Second foul on Thacker. Team's first of the half. And so Wiggins, with 6 first half points, steps to the free throw line to shoot 2. Central's lead down to 12. It was as big as 16, now down to 12. Up and in for Wiggins. 7th point of the night for John Douglas, and the Charger lead now down to 11 with a little 5-0 run so far for Sequoia. Carden out. Ledford back in for the Chargers. Free throw up for Wiggins. That one's good. He's made his last 4 in a row. 8 points for Wiggins, and the Charger leads down to 10. 6-0 run for Sequoia. Thacker. James gets it over to Jordan Ledford. Back over to James Thacker. Skips it over to Farrar, and then Ledford threw it away. Wiggins with the steal. Wiggins traveled with it. Tried to go behind the back, got fancy and turned it over. So the Chargers will get the ball back with 3:09 to go in the third quarter. Up 10. And Wiggins is going to the sidelines. 6 turnovers tonight for Wiggins. James Thacker with the basketball, enters front court with it, over to Ledford. Into the right corner to Farrar. Back out front, Ledford swings it over to James Thacker. Short corner, jumper for Garrett King. No, he does go. I didn't think there's any way it was going to fall, but it fell. 4 for Garrett King. Central back on top by 12. Grant with it. Grant down the lane. Grant 4-2. 13 for Grant. Back to a 10-point lead for the Chargers. Ledford over to James Thacker, now in front court left side. Bounce pass over to Ledford right side. Ledford back to James Thacker. Skips it across to Farrar. Up front to Jordan Ledford. He's fouled by McKee. McKee's first, team's fourth.
Gavin McKee, his first.
Kind of taken aback here as the Charger fans haven't shown up tonight. And I'm sitting like I'm in Madisonville, surrounded. James Thacker with the ball. Enters front court with it. Back over to Ledford. Ledford down the lane in the left corner. Mac Thacker for three. Bottom! Ledford with the assist. Mac Thacker with his 8th point. Central back on top by 13 with 2:08 to go in the third. Grant spots up for three. That one's no good. Rebound, Dalton Stakely. He feeds it in the paint. Turnaround, good for Self. Self's first good of the night. It's back down to an 11-point lead for the Chargers. Sequoia in the press. Into front court it goes to Farrar. Farrar drives. Farrar's floater missed another one. But Garrett King gets the offensive rebound and puts it back in. 6 for Garrett King. Central up 13 again with 1:33 to go in the third. Grant drives. Grant dribbled it off the leg of James Thacker. McKee's there to pick it up. Over to Grant for three. Drained it. McKee gets the assist. Grant's hot. 16 for Grant. Back to a 10-point lead for the Chargers. Ledford almost traveled. Ledford turned it over. Stolen by Self. Self with the assist as McKee drains the three. It's down to a 7-point lead. James Thacker with it in backcourt. Over it goes to Farrar. Farrar to Ledford. Ledford had it almost taken away, but a foul is going to be called on Cade Self. His second. Team's fifth. So the Chargers' 16-point lead at 40-24 is down to a 7-point lead at 47-40. They had started the second half on a 12-2 run, and now Sequoia on a little run themselves. Garrett King lobs it in to Mac Thacker. To King. Shot up. No good, but he'll go to the line to shoot two. He threw it into Mac on the left block, cut to the hoop, and was fouled, and will go to the line to shoot two. Foul's going to be on Trevor Stakely, his fourth. Team 6 of the half. So the Chargers will be shooting free throws the rest of the game. King at the line for two. Made the first one. 7 points for Garrett King tonight. Chargers on top now by 8 with 57.7 seconds to go in the third quarter. Second free throw for Garrett King. He's good. 8 points for Garrett King. Chargers are up 9, 49-40. And a turnover for Grant, stolen by Mac Thacker. Up ahead to James Thacker. 4-2. 7 points tonight for James as he's battled foul trouble. Chargers are back on top by 11, 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Three-pointer McKee, that one's no good. Long rebound out front to James Thacker. Into front court to Carden. Carden in the paint. And they called an offensive foul on Carden. That'll be a turnover, Carden. And it'll be his first foul of the night. Second team foul this half for the Chargers. 51-50, Central on top. Sequoia with a basketball, 26 seconds to go into third quarter. Grant with it out front. Grant working on Mac Thacker. Grant in the paint. Grant, shot, no block. Ooh, a foul going to be called on Mac Thacker. Got him with the body. Third foul for Mac, third team foul. And Grant will go to the line to shoot two. 9 points for Grant in the third quarter. Big reason that Sequoia has stayed within shouting distance when the Chargers built a 16-point lead. This free throw's good. Now 10 points in the quarter for Joe Grant. $17 for the game. Made them both. 18 points for Grant and 7 boards tonight. He'll leave for a breather to close out this quarter. Central's got a 9-point lead. Carden gets it in there to James Thacker. Back over to Carden. into front court to Farrar. Up ahead to Garrett King. King back over to Farrar. Farrar with 10 seconds, backs it out. He's trapped. Over to King. King in the paint. King stops. Kicks it off in the left corner to Carden. 3 seconds. James Thacker, three-pointer at the buzzer. Bottom! There's an assist and a three-pointer. James Thacker drains the three. And at the end of 3 quarters, Chargers 52, Chargers 54, Sequoia 42 on 99.5 FM. Sequoia basketball to start the 4th quarter. That first half was 28-22. The 3rd quarter score was 26-20. That many points scored in the 3rd quarter. Central now with a 12-point lead. Sequoia with the ball. Grant pulls up left elbow. He goes through the legs of Trevor Stakely, but McKee picks it up. McKee in the paint. Left-hand layup. No good. Jack Murphy rips down the board for the Chargers. Outlet pass to James Thacker. James in front court's trapped. Oh, he traveled with the basketball. James shuffled his pivot foot. 5th turnover of the night for James. So Sequoia will get it back with 7:40 to go in the ball game. 54-42, Chargers on top. Chiefs with the basketball. McKee with it out front. McKee going to work on Garrett King. Pulls up, three-pointer, drained it. 10 for McKee. Down to a 9-point lead for the Chargers. Into front court comes Darius Carden. Carden in the corner, picks up his dribble to James Thacker. Short corner, Garrett King. Back out front, James. To Murphy. To King, who went baseline. Missed the shot. And Stakely pulls down the rebound. For Sequoia. Three-pointer, McKee. 13 for McKee, and it's a 6-point game. Into front court. Farrar with it. Farrar's floater. Good. Finally one foul for Isaiah. And Chargers lead is back out to 8 with 6:44 to go. McKee with it right side. McKee in the paint. McKee, whistle. The foul's going to be on the floor. It's on Garrett King. It's his first. Team's 4th. Mac Thacker going to check in for Garrett. Sequoia will inbound from the baseline with 6:37 to go in the ball game. The Chargers are up 8. And it comes. Self got position, laid it in. So Self with 4. Chargers are only up 6. Mac Thacker with it right wing. He checked it with Carden. Now Mac Thacker with it again. Almost double dribbled. There's Darius Carden. Over it goes to Jack Murphy. Back to Carden for 2. I don't know if you give Murphy an assist for not handling that pass or not. But the Chargers are up 8. Carden basically bounced it off Murphy back to himself for a layup. 6 minutes, 1 second to go. McKee tries to go baseline, kicks it out. Step back 3. That's no good. And Murphy pulls down the rebound for the Chargers. Farrar gets it into front court right side. Almost carried it. Over it goes to James Thacker. James Thacker tried to get a backdoor cut. Joe Grant tips it into the student section. And so with 5:39 to go in the ball game, Chargers are up 8. And it comes to James Thacker. James over to Mack between the circles. Mack back over to James left wing. Isaiah Farrar with it right side. Farrar over to Mac Thacker. Back out to Farrar. Farrar for 3. Bottom! Mack with the assist. Isaiah Farrar with a 3. And Central's back on top by 11 with 5:17 to go. Joe Grant with it. Joe in the paint. Spins. Shot up. No good. He's fouled. And will go to the line to shoot 2. Fouls on Murphy, his second. Team's 5th of the half. And so Grant with 19 points back to the free throw line. Grant leads all scorers with 19. He has 18. 18 points. And that one's good. Now he has 19. And the Charger lead down to 10 with 5:12 to go. Second shot for Grant. It's good. 20 points for Grant. We have timeout on the floor. Back in 60 seconds. It's 61-52 Chargers on 99.5 FM. 61-52 lead for the Chargers. 5:12 to go in the ball game. James Thacker to Carden in backcourt. Now Carden enters front court right side. Carden on the right wing. Out front it goes. Farrar for three. Bottom! Carden for an assist. Farrar with the three. He's got 8. Central back on top by 12. 4:55 to go. Grant out front. Over it goes to McKee. Long three. That one's no good. James Thacker with a rebound. James pushes it into front court. They've got numbers. Over to Mack. Mack off the glass for 2. James with the assist. Mack with the bucket. 10 for Mack. Chargers are now back up by 14 with 4:35 to go. Grant to the hole for 2. 2 for Grant. 22 for Grant now. It's a 12-point lead for the Chargers. 4:27 to go. Carden still in backcourt. Enters front court. Carden into the left corner to Mack Thacker. Mack dribbles up to the free throw line extended. Now out front with it. Picks up his dribble. Over it goes to James Thacker right side. Back between the circles to Mack. Swings it left wing to Farrar. Left corner Carden for 3. No good, and Bledsoe pulls down the rebound for Sequoia. 4:02 to go in the ball game. Central up 12. Grant with it for Sequoia. Turned it over. Stolen by Mack Thacker. Mack all the way to the glass. Missed the shot, but Carden's there with the offensive rebound and the putback, and Darius Carden's in double figures. Central up 14. Self with it. Self slices in from the right wing. Shot blocked by Carden out of bounds. So Carden with a blocked shot. Bucket on one end, a blocked shot on the other, and the freshman's having his best night of his varsity career for the Chargers. Trevor Stakely gets it in, left side. Dalton Stakely for 3, shot no good. Mack Thacker with a board. Outlet pass to James Thacker. Back over to Mack in backcourt. Mack skips it back over to James. Still not in front court yet. Now there it comes, bounce pass to Mack right side. Now to James. Now left side it goes to Darius Carden. Right wing to Farrar. Now Mack with it out front. Mack picks up his dribble. Skips it back over to James Thacker. And then James almost threw it away, but Farrar chases it down, and now Mack with it out front. Mack spots up for a 3. If that had gone in, I'd have gone nuts. But Trevor Stakely pulls down the rebound. Now McKee with it. McKee backs up, steps back, 3-pointer. Drained it. Oh, my goodness. 16 for McKee, and we have timeout on the floor. The score, Chargers 68, Sequoia 57 with 2:52 to go here on 99.5 FM, back in 60 seconds. Charger basketball, 2:50 to go now in the ball game. Darius Carden gives it over to James Thacker. Now into front court it comes. 68-57, Chargers on top. Skipped across to Farrar. Farrar, 3-pointer. That one's no good. Didn't need the shot. And Joe Grant with a long rebound out front. Grant layup other end is no good. And James Thacker clears the rebound. Gives it up to Farrar. Into front court. Carden fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 1-1. So the freshman Darius Carden to the free throw line to shoot 1-1. Armstrong's telling him don't rush a shot like that. We're up. Foul's going to be on Self, his 3rd, team 7th. Carden, 1 of 4 from the line. He made his last one. He has 11 points tonight. At the line for 1-1. 2:24 to go in the ball game. Central up 11. And the freshman Darius Carden at the line. First one's on its way. No problem. He drained it. 12 for Carden. Central's lead is 12. After missing his first 3, he's made his last 2. Made them both like a boss. 13 for Carden. Central's up 13. Grant with it out front. Grant going to drive in on James Thacker. Missed the shot. Carden with a rebound. Up ahead to Farrar. Farrar to Mack Thacker. He short-armed it. Gets his own rebound and puts it in. 12 for Mack Thacker. Central back up by 15 with 2:02 to go. McKee drives. McKee's runner. They're going to say it's on the floor. Foul's on Mac Thacker. That's his fourth. Team sixth. So Garrett King going to come in for Mac Thacker. 1:59 to go in the ball game. Central back up by 15. In comes the pass to McKee on the right wing. Three-pointer, drained it. And we have timeout on the floor. Stakely gets the assist. McKee drains the three. We'll be back in 30 seconds on 99.5 FM. Well, the Chargers are on top here, 72-60. 1:55 to go in the ball game. Words of wisdom. We'll share some tips to you. Watch your language when sitting next to radio broadcasters. We can't have you removed from the building. Carden to inbound the basketball. Gets it into Farrar. Back over to Carden. Tipped by Self. They said it was tipped by Self. Chargers will keep it. Woo! Thought it was a turnover. And then we've got somebody going to be escorted from the building. So there goes someone escorted from the building. It wouldn't be a Sequoia Charger game if it didn't happen. Whistle, foul in open court. And Farrar go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. That foul's going to be on Grant. That's his fourth. Team's eighth. Grant 22 of Sequoia's 60 points tonight. Farrar, 8 points all in the second half. He had a terrible shooting night in the first half. He scored 8 here in the second. A couple of big three-pointers. He's at the line for 1-and-1. Drained it. Nothing but a thing. 73-60 Chargers on top. 9 points now for Farrar, all in the second half. Second free throw for Isaiah. That was a little short, but he got the roll. Nice touch. And the Chargers are up 14. Grant with it in front court. Grant steps back. No, he's going to drive. Grant, whistle, foul on the floor. He'll go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. Foul's on Murphy, his third. No need to foul when you're up 14. So now they get a chance to shoot free throws with the clock stopped. 22 for Grant at the line for 1-and-1. He has missed some from the line tonight. Missed one. This one's on its way, and it is no good. James Thacker with a rebound. Up ahead to Farrar. Into front court to Murphy. To Carden for two. Murphy with the assist. Darius Carden with 15 to lead the Chargers tonight. They're up 16. Grant carried it. Got away with it. Reverse layup good for Grant. 24 for Grant. Central up 14. Farrar with it. To Carden. Carden in front court. Carden to Murphy. All alone for two. Carden with the assist. Murphy with the bucket. He's got 12. Central's up 16 with 1:04 to go. Out front it goes to Grant. Grant down the lane. Off the glass. Missed it. Tipped around, and Trevor Stakely with the rebound. McKee bricked it, and James Thacker comes down with the basketball. And then in front court, ball knocked out of bounds. Oh, they're going to call the foul. Nope, they're saying it's out of bounds. First he pointed at a player. I thought he was calling a foul. I guess he's saying that's who the ball went out on. So 49 seconds to go. Farrar almost over and back on Farrar. So Sequoia will get the ball back with 46.8 seconds to go. Chargers up 16. That's McKee. McKee goes baseline. McKee gets too deep. Off to Stakely. Stakely off the, missed it. Missed the bunny, and James Thacker with another rebound. Up ahead to Mack. Mack's going to bring it back out front. Nope. He's going to work his way in. Now he's going to kick it out. Chargers going to run some clock, 28 seconds. James Thacker into the corner to Carden. Carden back out front to James Thacker. James going to skip it across to Farrar, into the corner to Mack. They're going to run some clock. Back out front to Farrar, and that's going to be your ball game as Sequoia's not going to foul, and the Chargers are going to go to 1-2 in district play. Sequoia going to fall to 1-1 in district play, and your final score, 78-62, as the Chargers will climb out of the cellar and defeat the high-flying Chiefs 78-62 at the Roundhouse. We're going to take a break, come back with your final stats. You listen to Charger High School basketball on Central High School basketball on WYGO Sports. Know the score. Tonight it was 78-62. Back in a couple of minutes.